Hey guys, EBPMAN here. Now in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at a ultra portable projector that is going to take movie viewing anywhere, in your backyard, camping, because it's battery operated, but it also is super small. We're talking about a projector that can fit in your back pocket. Today we're taking a look at the Wemax Go Advanced. This is a laser-based projector that is going to allow you to have movie viewing anywhere. Let's go ahead and check it out. Now, the very first thing we're going to take a look at are the specs. You can see why you'd be interested in a projector like this. So first of all, this small guy right here is going to be able to project anywhere from 40 inches all the way up to a 120-inch image. And it's just an inch thick and under 2 pounds. So this is really small, but it's going to give you a really large image. Now, it is a 1080p laser-based projector that supports 4K. So what does that mean? That means that if you connect a 4K source or you project through your phone, be it your Android device or your iPhone, a 4K stream, it's going to be able to handle it and process it and give you a good image. But again, it's not a 4K projector. Now, the projector does support Rec 709, which is also really good. It has Bluetooth 5.0. It supports Wi-Fi both 2.4 and Wi-Fi 5, which is going to give you a lot of flexibility when it comes to your home and for streaming purposes. It has two 2-watt speakers. So for personal viewing, this is going to work great. But I would say if you're going to be having this in a home setting, because it's Bluetooth enabled, you can actually connect other devices to it, either via Bluetooth or through the physical connections that we're going to see in a second. Now, it does have 4-point auto keystoning. Now, you've seen me take a look at this in our channel before, and basically that means that as it is pointing towards a wall, it's going to automatically adjust based on where this is positioned, the angle of the wall, and it's going to give you a flat image. But then it also has some additional adjustments where you can actually pull the corners to make it fit the screen. And you're going to see how I have it displayed on a 123-inch ALR screen from Elite Screens. Now, it also has trapezoid correction. And that basically means that if there is an angle, so let's say, for example, I'm just going to put the projector like this. Imagine that the screen is down here. If the projector is on an angle like this, or it's an angle like this, it's going to auto adjust for you. So it does it automatically, and it also gives you an manual option. Now, we talked about the fact that this is laser-based. So this is using ALPD technology. We've seen these in the ultra short throw projectors that we looked at the channel. And this means that, again, this is not bulb-based, it's not LED-based, it's actual laser-based, which is used in some of the high-end theaters. Now, the lumens on this, because of the package and the type of projector we're looking at a 600 ANSI lumen projector. So it's not going to be the highest performing projector in a lit room, but it's going to do well when it comes to dark areas, and you'll see that in our example. Now, from a connectivity perspective, you're looking at one HDMI, one USB-A, a 3.5-inch audio port for headphones or external speakers, and then it's powered by USB-C, which I also like. So there's no real proprietary cabling required here. So let's take a closer look at the projector. Now, in the box, you're going to receive your projector, a remote, and then a power supply. Pretty hefty power supply as well. Now, as we take a look at the remote is a standard remote. It's kind of like what you would expect from any smart TV with volume controls, power buttons, home buttons, and then it has a smart button right here that activates the actual app, I would say desktop, that it's on the actual projector itself. It's an Android 9 operating system, but it does not have Google Play Store on it. It has Aptoide on there. So you'll be able to launch that and use that. So we'll go ahead and put it aside. It's pretty much a standard. As we take a look at the projector, a couple things that I'll highlight first is that you do have here, this little door opens and it's going to turn on the projector. So we'll do it and then we'll close it. So as you open it up, this is how you turn it on, and then it basically turns on just like that. We'll go ahead and flip it off so that we can turn it off. And basically by pushing this door this way, that's how you would turn it off as well. Now, you do have an LED here that's going to let you know that the projector is on. And then if we take a look at the back here, you'll notice all your controls. So you have, again, power via USB-C, headphone jack, which can be used to expand also the audio on this into speakers, USB for any kind of media that you want to load, and then you have HDMI. Right, you do have some venting and areas here for your speakers, and then in the bottom here you do have kind of like this little leg here that allows you to change the pitch. This projector does not have any kind of mounting solutions that you can drill or kind of tie in the back. So typically you'll see some of these smaller projectors have that. So you would have to get the type of stand that would actually hold it in place and then actually lift it up, right? So that's one of the things that you'd have to do. But very portable, right? Take a look at how small this is, really tiny. And again, something that is battery powered as well as USB-C powered. You could also run this on a power bank too, so it just gives you a lot of flexibility when it comes to camping. So let's talk about overall experience when I came to watching content. Now, one of the things I did is that even though that it has an operating system on there, I focused on leveraging my Google TV. I prefer either the NVIDIA Shield or my Google TV. And all the content, we watched it on this. It does really well in dark areas, not so well in lit areas, so we focused on the dark side. The audio is great for, I would say, 2 people, right? Maybe, a small family, but not loud enough if you're going to do it in a larger gathering. So that's why I would recommend having the Bluetooth connection or the audio connection coming out to another speaker. Very responsive, startup, shutdown, didn't overheat, ran it on USB-C, used another cord that wasn't the cord that came with it, just, I had USB for my laptop, plugged that in, and it powered it. I tried even the power brick, and it powered it too, right? So I like that flexibility. I like the portability. But again, the brightness area is an area that I would say I'm a little concerned with because of the 600 ANSI lumens, it doesn't really do that well in lit areas. But in dark areas, it does fantastically well. Now, first let me describe the setup that we have going on here. I have a 123-inch Elite CLR screen, and this is an ambient light rejection screen. And I have the projector around 12 feet from the screen. Let's take a look at some of the menu options so we can see how or what options you have on the projector. So the very first thing we're going to talk about is what you see here in the top. You basically have the ability to turn off the projector, provide feedback. You have keystone correction, autofocus correction, right? So you can press the button and get that focus going. You have access to the manual, and then you can launch a launcher that's going to allow you to get into a proprietary app store for the projector. So you can use this projector as if it was a smart projector or smart TV kind of setup. We're going to be using a Google TV dongle as we look at Playback, but it does have a launcher, and if you go into the launcher here, you'll notice you have Aptoid TV, you have Chrome, you can even turn on a mouse mode so that there's an air mouse. But anyways, those are some of the options that you have there. At the very bottom here, we'll go into the settings so you can see what's available here. On the settings area, you can configure your network. You do have some system information that you can look at. Again, just overall behaviors, like what should it do at boot time, about inputs, human detection. Since it is a laser, you want to make sure that no one looks into the light. Looking into the light is bad, especially with projectors of this type. Language settings, timeout, and then obviously reset. We'll go back. Energy saving modes, so you do have the ability to configure screensaver, background sound, low power modes. Matter of fact, that it does have an onboard battery, as we mentioned, and that onboard battery, if you don't have it plugged in, you cannot get out of low power mode. You're only in low power mode, and I'm going to show you that in a second. Security area, again, this is running a version of Android, so you can see very common security options when it comes to Android. And then it does also support AirPlay, right? So, and you can see that you have a couple other, I would say, proprietary methods of streaming. So this is going to give you a lot of different options, right, when it comes to streaming. Now, the About section is going to give you information about the projector, system information, software version, and also you can go through the updates in this area as well. Now, if we go into the image area, this is the area that if you are detached or not plugged, right now I have office mode, but you really don't have any other modes except eco. And you can see how it does get a little bit darker or dimmer when you're in eco mode. We'll go into movie mode, and you can see it's showing an image on the right side, giving you a view of what the actual color quality is as you go through these. My preference right now is office mode. You can also then do some modification in this area. So you can go from standard mode, movie mode, and we'll go through each one of these, child mode, right? Showy mode, sport mode, eye care mode, and then you can go into a custom mode where you can actually configure or personalize, saturation, clarity, as you can see here a lot of different options. We're going to go back to the standard mode. Now in the projection method, you do have a lot of different configuration options. There's a lot of different things that you can do in this projector. So front-facing projection, back-facing projection, rear-facing projection, upside down, you name it, you're going to be able to do it. So this gives you a lot of flexibility and has a lot of focus options. From a sound perspective, you do have a decent speaker. I'm going to say this is definitely not going to be something that could be a soundbar replacement, but it's enough if you're going to use this in a room, if you're going to use this in the outdoors. I would definitely recommend you getting a surround sound with this, but it does have some decent sound, and we'll see that in a second. Bluetooth capabilities, which is also pretty cool because you can use this as a Bluetooth speaker if you'd like, and then you have some common peripheral connections. File manager, you can run things from a USB stick. You can see the Bluetooth speaker mode, and then you can see your inputs, and you can see if there's anything connected, which we don't have anything running at this time. So what we're going to do next is we're going to run some sample video footage so you can see what you can expect. Now next we'll take out the video quality. And while this isn't the brightest projector that we've received or reviewed, and it's also not a true 4K projector because it is a 1080p projector, it does a really decent job when it comes to taking 4K images and really reproducing some great video quality. Now, as you can see here, this is one of the sample videos that we typically run when we're doing video tests on the channel. And it's really to do two things. First of all, to test the black levels as well as to test motion. It did a really nice job there with that specific image. What we'll do is we'll just check out the rest of the video so you can see that the color is, again, vibrant, again, for this brightness level. And also it is doing a really nice job when it comes to the blacks. Once again, it's not going to be at the caliber of an ultra short throw projector, but those projectors are thousands of dollars. Or a short throw projector, but it's doing a really good job with this test. You can see how dark the blacks are again, and you can see how the colors themselves pop well. Keep in mind, you do need a good screen anytime you want to be able to have a fantastic image, but this will also work in a bedroom if you want to project it off of a wall or ceiling or outdoors, so it's going to work. So guys, that wraps up our review of the Wemax Go Advanced Projector. Super tiny, super portable, and I'll see you in the next video.